just anything you think about when you were small.
Oh, back when I was a kid?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you, for one thing I can remember when I was about between 8 and 9 years old, I said a program at school.
Is that right? What was it?
It's a little poem I said.
And where did you go to school?
Huh? All the school I ever went to was Friendship School.
Is that the one where
your granddad is buried? Yeah.
There's a school there? I didn't know.
Honey, yes, that's all the school I ever got to go to.
It was at that church? There was a school?
There's that church, and down below there was Friendship School, and it's all the school I ever went to, hon.
And what age did you go out of school?
I went over the last of the first. I started going there, and when I first started going there, you talk about the best I can remember, I had a slate and a word book, and that's all I had, and a pencil, and that's all I carried to school. My first going to school, that was the first thing I had going to school that I can remember well, that piece of slate and the word book, and I had a word book. That's right. And that was the first thing I can remember. But this next thing I had, and whenever I was, we had a program, and it was at school, and I was in it, and my brother was in it too.
But which brother was this?
Henry.
Henry.
He was next older. You see, I was next to him. I'm the youngest, and he was next, you know. Well, anyway, this program that I said, did you want me to say it?
Oh, sure. You can still remember that?
Yeah.
I want to hear it. Sure.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the good Lord made them all. Each little flower did open, and each little bird to sing. He made the glory colors, he made the tiny wings. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the morning at the sunset lighteth up the sky. Tall trees in the green woods, the summer pleasant sun. Right fruit in the garden, he made them every one.
That's remarkable. And you were about 8 or 9 years old. That's fantastic.
I'm 92. I'll be 92 years old.
I mean, but then you were 8 or 9?
8, yes.
8 years old.
Between 8 and 9 years old. And Henry, and we had a Christmas tree. I never will forget it. And he was supposed to be the Santa Claus. See? And I know they had all of this, and they come around, and there's a little program in there. And I said, well, do I have anything on this tree? If you do, I hope it'll be a doll. And you see, I was a little old kid, too.
And how old were you when you left school?
Oh, honey, I didn't. When I left school, honey, I was in the 5th grade.
In 5th grade.
That's all I ever had.
And why? Why was that?
Because they moved the school to New Georgia, and to Douglasville I couldn't go, and Daddy and the Billerica, and I couldn't. My daddy wasn't able to send me to school. He'd had to buy my books. He'd had to pay the tuition, and he'd had to board me. My daddy wasn't able to do it. Oh. And I cried and cried and cried.
Bless your heart.
I cried and cried. I sure did. I wanted to go to school so bad.
So now, after you left school, you helped out. Did y'all have a farm? Is that what you did?
I worked in the farm then the rest of my days, you see. That's all I had.
And bless your heart.
And then I learned to sew. I learned to, you see, that's where I was coming in at. You see, Mother got this wool and this cotton. We made cotton thread, you know, and wool
so
thread.
But from the time of being in the 5th grade on, you worked like an adult,
yes,
basically.
I worked like from then on.